the water bottle. Little hole. That's cool. Okay, can't do the blue. So we go to the green. So we get the limit, equal, don't forget equal. Just curious, raise your hand if you have that written on your paper.
Should have been 5 on
Oh, that's rough. How many saw the mistake? Give you 2. Hold on a minute. Well, I'd like to start with, let's do that. That's smart, my bad. Let's go there. Raise your hand if you have that written on your paper. 2 more questions. So just factoring, looking for factors that will match top and bottom. When I do this, if you have trouble with anything, if you just tell me you're having trouble, I'll do my best to slow down whatever so you can explain it different. So we use the M-line method here. That. Question, please.
Are there any potential issues factoring out the whole thing at first?
What do you mean by factoring out the whole thing?
Because I factored out 5x squared minus 5a squared. So on the bottom it was 1, on the top it was 4.
Oh, that's right.
No, sorry. It was 2x squared plus 2a squared.
Let's write it down and make sure there's not an error, but hold on. So tell me what you wrote on the top.
So I wrote 5x squared minus 5a squared. And that was like it's, that was what I factored out.
You're okay, so you put that like that?
Yeah, and that I took that out of the bottom as well.
What went here?
But
Yeah, great.
what went there was 2x squared plus 2a squared.
Hold on a second. Like that.
Yeah.
Let me just double check it, make sure. Yeah, that's cool, just a different way. That works great.
Okay.
And then what'd you do on the bottom, Eli?
On the bottom.
Just left it, right? Like you just paired it up?
Well, yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
And
No, that's cool.
perfect.
That is completely valid. Simply a different way I didn't think of. I like it better.
All right.
It's very good.
Thank you.
Anybody do the purple besides Eli? 2 more. Well done.
I did it a different way.
What did you do? Please.
What did I do? Oh, I factored out 2x squared minus 2a squared from the top.
Can you write it down? Hold on a second, Kira.
Yeah.
So then what was here in this parentheses?
It was the 5x squared minus 5a.
So that would cause a problem. They both can't be minus, or the factoring actually doesn't work.
What? What?
if you multiply this out, this times this is, talk to me,
10x squared.
10 to the 4th.
Oh, yeah.
And then we go, these two would be,
Sorry, my brain can't process things right now.
You're okay.
Negative. Some complicated thing.
it'd be negative 10a squared x squared. And then we go here, 2 more for Kira, get negative 10a squared x squared plus 10a to the 4th. So we have two things that are wrong. Instead of having, because we're supposed to get this back. When you factor, you're just rewriting it a different way.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting the same thing back. So we can't have a minus here and a minus here.
Maybe I did. I don't know, cause I thought of it as factoring out the 2x, whatever. But I also wrote it the way it was on the top. So
Okay.
maybe I didn't do what I actually thought I did.
No, that's fair.
Fine.
No worries.
Yeah.
Maybe else. Cool. So now this is just 1 again, as long as we don't make x equal to a. And so now when we plug in close to a put in place of this x will give us a squared plus a squared, which is 2a squared, times that 2, you're going to get 4a squared for the limit. Please,
I do the same thing for hot cocoa.
let's try it. 2 more for Jessica. So here we've got the same limit. Limit as x is approaching a. This would still equal 1. When we put in an a here, that a gets squared. So you have 2a squared plus 2a squared is indeed, once again, 4a squared. Anyone puzzled by that? Please.
I just lost you with that last
That's okay.
little bit, because I did it the purple way, so I just, yeah, I don't know which.
It's okay. So you're okay to here, correct, Olivia?
Yeah.
That's okay. Let me do one more step in between. I think it will help. So try this. Are you comfortable that the yellow box is 1?
Yeah.
So now we're trying to find the limit
Mhm.
as x approaches a
Mhm.
of essentially 2 times something squared plus 2a squared. Because the x is just representative of something we're going to plug in.
Mhm.
Comfortable? Good. We're going to put in close to a. So that means we're going to get 2 close to a squared plus 2a squared. So this just becomes 2a squared plus a second 2a squareds. So we have 2a squareds plus another 2a squareds. Now we have 4 of them.
Okay.
Did that help?
Yeah, so you just plugged in the A for X there because that's where it's approaching?
Correct.
Okay.
Well said. Yep, that's the idea. Everybody, look. 2 more for Olivia. Look up. Don't get lost in the steps. As always, the big idea is way more important than the little steps. If you're good at the big idea, you will get better and better at the small steps. The big idea is you have a formula. Think of that formula as how we find the y coordinates. And just like Olivia said, you have an x coordinate. The x isn't a, it's close to a. The only reason we do the factoring is so that we can see better what's happening. We don't factor first, we get in the place where we were with Luke, that we get close to 0 divided by close to 0, which means we don't know what we have. Once we factor, it becomes obvious what will happen when, like Olivia said, we plug in a number that is close to a. That's all we're doing. Please.
So is 4a squared your limit, or is there something else your limit?
4a squared is the limit of this formula if you choose an x that is almost a.
Okay.
That's what you'll get. And basically it means if you're building an XY table, we choose exactly A, 8 points for the whole room. Here's your formula. Raise your hand. What's that formula going to be if we have x equal exactly A? Hands up. Just do the math. Come on. Think with me. Don't watch me. The standard line is if all you do is watch somebody play golf, you ain't never going to be good at golf. So, Isaac.
Wouldn't it be 0?
The top will be 0. What will the bottom be, Isaac?
The bottom would also be 0?
Also 0. 0 divided by 0 is undefined. So if we plug in exactly A, we will get a y-coordinate that is undefined. How many knew before he said it? Point. 2 for Isaac. So the limit is a process of trying to figure out what happens when we are slightly less than A, slightly more than A, and we discovered that, hey, there is a y-coordinate there. The y-coordinate is simply 4 multiplied by whatever A is squared. Or at least that's, the y-coordinate's very close to that. Doesn't mean it's exactly that. So. Questions? That's your question. Okay. We're still supposed to find the asymptotes. We can use Luke's quick method because we do have power function. It's just involving addition of power functions, so that's pretty straightforward. And we can see that this one's going to have, as x approaches infinity, the y-coordinate's going to approach infinity again, because this will dominate, so we'll have the same thing we had before. So